Right, well, hi everybody and welcome back to LUNDY'S Wild Camp Stroke Bushcraft. And as you can see, I'm back out at camp. I'm on a solo night tonight unless Rooney can get away. I'm not 100% what's happening with Rooney at the moment because he's got a lot on at home with his house refurbishments and things. So if he tips up, that'll be happy days. If not, happy days again. Either way, I'm at camp. I've got a lot of plans to do today, and anyway, I want to get myself sorted inside my shelter. Excuse the light from the sun at the background there, just while I get into here. So, and anyway, today I've come up and carrying me JJ's Commander's webbing, back to using that, and I've given this pack another go, the Helicon Tex pack. Can't remember what its proper name is. It's got the 3 pouches on the front. It was quite comfy coming up the day, even though it's got quite a bit of weight on compared to what I should have been bringing. But this pouch here contains me bed. Okay, that one's got a lantern in it. That one's got me jacket in, and then I've brought some tarp up here. I got this gifted off Howard Blades, Lincoln, so thank you Lincoln mate, appreciate it. And I've got a load of other stuff in there as well, tools, clothing, sleeping equipment, everything that I normally bring. And then I've got a bag here full of goodies for me to cook tonight. What I'm going to do is, with that black tarp, I'm going to measure it up, and then I'm going to finish off the back wall, and then I'm going to sort this wall out here because it's a bit riggedy raggedy. I want it nice and taut and pulled into the corner properly, and then I can get my bed set up and then start thinking about some other tasks that I want to do. So like I said, it's now 1:25, so I've got loads of daylight still left, so I need to get as much done as possible. We haven't got much wood in the wood store either, and little bits, so I need to do things like that as well. So I'll have a cut off from doing graft on the shelters and that, and then start doing wood prep, and hopefully you enjoy the video. Okay then, so to measure the distance that I need for the length and the height to put me back sheet onto the shelter wall, I've got my Boreal 21 saw out today. All right, now I know you can see some red tape on here. What I do is, you've got little locking pins that go around, they're like a little clip, that like a round clip with like a C clip, and they go around the actual bolt that goes through, that keeps the whole thing together and the blade on. Now they'll have a tendency to pop off when they're being worn a little bit, so what I do is I just tie some red tape on. Okay, if I put this down, I can see red tape everywhere because obviously I've got it on the actual connectors on the arm part as well. All right, it's just a little thing, you know, because it's black and green, so if there's a little bit of red sticking out, then it'll stand out better when I'm looking for it. If I put it down, forget where I've put it. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this to measure the height and the length of the back wall. Okay, and then I've got the plastic laid out outside. We'll go out and mark that up on there. I've got my little neck knife on. We'll just cut it there and then, and that'll be it, ready to go. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to tuck it along all the tops and into the sides. I'm going to have enough left as well to put down the floor, and then what I'll do is I'll get some of the stuff off the ground and just put that on top of the tarp as well. And what that does, it just helps keep it down when the wind's pushing on it as well. Okay, so basically we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, say 5 lengths of the saw, and then 1, 1.5, so we'll say 2, so it's 5 by 2 for the length and the height. So then what we'll do is we'll go and cut some plastic up, and we'll get it tucked in, and then that's the first job out the way, and then I can get my bed set up, put my kit out, then I can concentrate on my next job. All right, happy days, happy days. Right then, so as you can see, I've got the tarp out. This is the stuff that builders use to put on grounds and things like that. Okay, it's a nice heavy duty tarp. It's going to last for a long time. All right, and until we decide to either dismantle camp or it gets found, it gets dismantled. All right, so it's what you call getting shelter ready for winter. I want to make the shelter into a super shelter. I told you this on the last video, so anybody that's new to the channel and is just watching this video for the first time I've ever seen my channel, what I'm doing is, instead of blocking everything in with moss and all that, I want to make my shelter into a proper super shelter. So it needs to have lots of plastic on the inner side to retain the heat, and then what's going to happen at the front, I'm going to get another large bit of see-through plastic what I've got on the sides, and that's going to drop down from roof to floor, and that'll keep my shelter totally sealed. Well, obviously not totally, like, but 99.9% sealed, so the heat off the fire will penetrate through the main sheet into my shelter, and it doesn't escape out of it, and it keeps retaining the heat of the winter. But anyway, let's get this marked up. So we've got 5 lengths to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 5 and a bit altogether, so I'm not even going to bother cutting that bit off because it's just wasting. And then what did I say? It had 2, 1.5, so we're going to say 2. So 1, 2. I think I'm going to add a little bit extra on just in case, like, and that's roughly where I want it. I'm just going to get my neck knife out. So we'll go about there. So I've added a little bit extra on just because it's going to get tucked in at the top, and then I'm going to put an overhang at the bottom as well. Alright. And it doesn't have to be perfect, be straight, as long as it's cut to the rough size that I need it, like. So, and I keep on forgetting I don't have to shout at the camera because I've got a microphone on, haven't I? So that's that cutting anyway. We'll take this into the shelter, we'll get it fitted. Okay, and so as you can see, I've quickly just put it in just to see that it fits okay. But obviously, what's going to happen now is I've had to move all my logs off my bed from there, so I didn't have them pinned in at all. Okay, I've got pins there, but that's just to keep it in place. I've just lifted it out. So what I've done is I've overlapped it at the corner, and then all I'm doing now is I'm just bringing it up. I don't need a massive amount down on the floor, but I need enough. But what I do need is enough to tuck this in to all the little gaps. All right, and then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some some plastic ties, and then I'm going to try and tie these onto the top, because I think over time it will just come out. I haven't got enough, like on the top beam coming down on the slat on the wall. That's got a lot of gap where I can fit absolutely tons of plastic in and just squeeze that in without having to tie it off. So I'm just going to get it into shape. All right, and then we'll see how it goes from there. So it's a bit of a tight squeeze because I'm at the bottom right hand corner of me shelter at the minute, but I just thought I'd bring you along and show you how I'm actually tying this off, because I wasn't going to do the video and all the way through all of it, so I've got the last 2 to do now. So what I'm doing is I've got a small cable tie here, plastic tie, whatever you want to call them. All right, I'm just going to put that on the floor, and what I've done is I've got a bit of an overlap. I'll show you afterwards. I don't want to change all the setting of my camera. I've got an overlap going onto the ground. Now what's going to happen is I'm going to put loads of foliage on top of that, just the stuff that's on the ground inside the shelter itself, okay? And then what I do is I just pull it all nice and taut. I've already done the other ones. Just get it nice and taut like so. Get the actual plastic sheet going right the way up along where the pole is. And get my knife out. And all I'm going to do is just slit the plastic all the way up the pole. All right, hopefully that's cut in one go. Yeah, and then what happens is I can tuck that in there, and then tuck that bit in there, and it's nice and tidy. Okay, so but the plastic tie, I'm going to pull them back out. as you can see, well, I hope you can, there's little bits of string here. Now all I'm doing is I'm just getting this is just to keep it as an extra precaution for keeping it up. All right, and it's just a case of putting a tiny little pin prick into the plastic on both sides. All right, get your cable tie. If you can see the hole, I try to feel for them. I have got lights on, so I'll try and utilise the lights that I've got. And it's just a case of trying to poke it through that little hole. Take it around the back of the cordage. Bring it back up so you've got all the enough slack. And it's a little bit fiddly for your hands and that, and seeing the hole. Once you get to find the hole with your finger, it's pretty straightforward. Like, I think that's the hole there. Yeah, got that. So you can see I've got the plastic cuff there. Look, plastic cuff, sorry, the cable tie. Obviously making sure you've got the boxed end the right way around. Push that through and you'd hear like a zzz. There you go, and just pull that. Don't go mad with it, just pull it until it gets enough tightness onto the cordage. Obviously, because it's tiny little holes, it's not going to rip all the plastic. All right, and all I do is cut that extra length off with a knife, nice and gently though. I'm not yakking it because I don't want to slip off this when it cuts, and this to go straight through all the plastic, because it's going to defeat the object of why I'm putting it up, isn't it? All right, and then this loose bit goes on my table, and then I'll get rid of that later on. So as you can see, I've got all this flapping down now. Excuse me, that would be me muckaroonie. He always phones when I'm busy. Right, hiya. Obviously I'm squeezing my head into the little cap. So obviously before the phone went, we were talking about getting this, cutting it. Okay, now the next stage is I've got loads of loose bits here, but I've got a gap here going down. Now the top on the roof goes down to about here as well. So all this is doing is this is just going to fold up on itself like so, and that'll seal that little compartment there at the same time. Okay, so that's hence why I've kept a good overhang on the top and the bottom. So now I've just got to do 2 more bits and then tie the edge off as well. Okay, I'm not going to bore you with that bit, and then I'll bring us back when I'm finished and it's all done and ready to put the bed back up. So the next stage is we'll get all this on the ground, get it off me sheet, and then we'll just start placing this in onto the bit that's on the ground. As you can see, it's all done now. It isn't perfect, it isn't dead tight, it isn't anything else, but it will tighten up as I start putting this stuff on. I've got a little post on the ground, so I don't need to go any higher than that, because that's where my main pole for me bed goes. So we'll get this bit done first. Okay, I think I'm going to put this on the other side actually, because I'll be in the way otherwise. All right, it's not rocket science, everybody. We're just spreading some shit on there. All right, so basically what I want to do is I want to get that and I'll push that right down as best I can. All right, now the post here is going onto that bit, so that'll keep that there. All right, so that's that bit done out the way, and we'll just keep on doing it all the way along. All right, obviously some of this stuff's a little bit damp at the moment, but it'll dry out over time, and then if it comes to crunch that's that dry, what I'll be to do is when I come up it'll dry out that much. There'll be loads of little twigs there. I can cherry pick all the twigs out of it if it's been pouring down with rain, and I'll have a little bit of stuff to start the fire with. So there's logic in me madness. And then we'll put this back on, so that's that nice and taut there. All right, well what I've got to think about is now I've got this other wall here as well, so I've got that all nice and ready to go. So I'm just going to hire a tiny little bit down on there as well. All right, just to keep that down. That's it, that bit will do for now. And yeah, I should have put some underneath there as well, like, so we'll just move the post out the way a second. Hopefully we're not knocking pins up. Get some more down there, look. That just keeps that pressed down a bit. There we go. And then we'll put the post on, and the post will crush that down as well. Right up against the bar. Happy days. Right, well, that's me all set up now. Bed area done, bags put away, a couple of bits and pieces out that I need to use for now, because I need to go and do some wood prep. There we go. There we have it. That's the living quarters for tonight. So hopefully that's me all done. Just put the light on a little bit. So obviously, as you've watched from last week, if you're new to the channel, welcome. But this is me new seating area and my table, and then I've got my bed there. I've got the same setup as last week. I'll be putting this mat onto my bed, and then I've got my snug pack special forces bivy bag, and then I've got my Firefly mountain equipment. Is it mountain equipment? I think it is. Sleeping bag's only a 3 season sleeping bag. And then I've got my Trekology pillow. Hanging up on the side there, I've got my pee bottle in the green bag, and I've got all my kit hung up on there. That's about it for now, folks. I'll catch yous in a bit. Getting some stakes done for the bench. It's a bit knotty, this one, and I've got the base of the seat all cut and ready to go, and the side walls that I use to build the height up with all right to go. That's knotty, that. Jesus Christ, it's just bouncing off them knots. Oh, I just snapped the nut off. That'll do, it'll go on the ground. His hands were slipping with them gloves on. Yeah, so anyway, that's the post done. Starting to get warm now while this graft. So I'll just take you and show you what I'm going to be doing. So I didn't bring these along for all the cutting because it just takes too much time up. Right, so I've got 3 posts there, 3 there, and a long one. The long one's going to get attached to these. The bench that I'm making is always going to be in the weather, so they're always going to get wet. So after a period of time, we'll have to change them. All right, so I'm just going to make that 1 extra width. I've made 3 extra things. What I'll do is I use the fatter ones on this side because it's slightly downhill, and the skinnier ones on that side, and hopefully it'll be nice and level like. So I'm going to take 5, get some fluids, and we'll start getting the bench done. And then I need to start looking at getting some firewood because times are ticking. I haven't got a clue what time it is now. Oh, it's 25 to 5. It's 20 to 5, sorry, and so it's going to get dark in the next hour and a half, so I need to get some wood cut. So the tree that I cut down before, whatever's left on that, it'll be getting chopped into little bits, and that'll be my firewood for the night, along with all the branches I've collected. So I've got quite a bit left to cut up, so that's happy days. So that's more than enough wood just on that tree alone there to get with through tonight, I think, with what we've got. And I've got loads of branches on my magic carpet. I just wish that magic carter would fly through the sky and bring them in for us. But I think I'll have to pick them up myself. Okay then, this bench, as you can see, it's very low down. Your knees are practically hitting your chin on when you're sitting on it, right? So I want it to be up, so I'm sitting with my legs straight and my knees nice and relaxed. All right, so what we're going to do is, for the time being, we're just going to throw these 2 logs down there, out the way. I'm going to get rid of these. I'm going to leave them stakes in there for now and see what they're like. Well, again, like, they're not very thingy, because we've been using it as a for chopping wood on and all sorts of stuff, like. As you can see, there's quite a slope coming down. So basically what I've done is I've cut a load of these. Oh, there's a nice bit of string. Use that for something else. So we've got this. Oh, there's another bit of string there. So I've got these logs done. What I need to do is, I think I need to use the fattest ones that we've got. I'm just going to lean them up against these 2 posts for now, because they'll do. Obviously, because this is, oh, that's even fatter, so happy days. I've still got a little bit to chop off them, because I've never prepped them properly at all, like. But if I turn them that way, I didn't need to chop them. That's happy days. Less work. So I put that there, and then we'll get a thin one on, and hopefully, well, that's not going to fit on there right well, is it? Obviously I need to do a little bit more work getting some of these knots off. Yeah, that should be all right. I'll put these ones there. I think by the time we get the 3rd one on, that'll definitely be high enough. Right, well, I'm not sure if you can see me, because I can't see the screen properly because of the light in my eyes. But this is roughly about the same height I want it. It looks pretty level there. I've just put one, I haven't put any of the spikes in yet. I've just used the original ones that were in. And I've checked the length. This is about the same length as the posts that's going on the top. And it looks pretty level to me. So I think what I need to do now is get these pegs in. So I'm just going to leave them little ones in, and I'm going to put these ones right as near the edge as I can. I've got a little chock underneath the end of this other one here, so that's what we're going to do. Peg there. I've only made 4 pegs, man. Oh Christ. Peg there. I'm going to get some of the fatter ones, and I'm going to put these down here just to make it stronger, because it's obviously going downhill a bit. I think you can see us, I'm not 100% sure, like. Let's just move yous there, so you can actually see what's going on in the bushcraft shelter. Right. So you can see the posts are quite big, quite long, so I could have possibly got 2 out of them, but I'm going to leave that up like that. I'm just going to tap them in there so I know where they are. And what I need to do now is I need to go and get 4 more pegs. Why did I only make 4? I should have made 8. So that's how many I'm going to need, but I'll not need them that long, I don't think. So we're getting there, Right then, so a little bit of time's passed because Rudy was on his way up and everything. So I've just been standing tight to him. And obviously I had to cut another 4 little pegs as well to keep these on. So what I'm going to do now is these big ends, they're just going to get whacked in. Hopefully they've now split, and just put these ones in. These ones need to go right the way down to the top. I knew that was going to happen, like. Right, well, I didn't realise that my battery had died on us. Obviously it's getting a bit colder, so these GoPro batteries don't last 5 minutes like. But basically what I'm doing is, I'm just going to be knocking these in. I'll just put my little cushion on there, because it's all a little bit wet like. Actually now I'm sitting on it, it feels like it's a bit slopey, but it'll have to do. So I'm not taking it apart and putting it back together again like. But as you can see, you're sitting down this side. It's also you're sitting on the where the wall is as well, so it's going to be much more sturdier. And then there's still all this room here to sit somebody else as well. It's all you need really, you know what I mean? You're nice close to the fire. So, and when we're prepping stuff and all that, it'll be a bit better. Obviously we didn't bring spirit levels and things out with us as well, so it's just all by eye looking at it, and it is what it is. It's a bench, you know what I mean, but it'll be like a workbench for us as well. And then obviously if the wind's still coming in and hitting Rooney's shelter, or if it's blowing into mine, then we can alternate and just come and sit on this, you know what I mean. So happy days like. Right, well, it's now 7:20. It's getting dark, so I need to get that wood chopped outside. I'm not going to bring you along for it. You have seen us chopping wood on loads of videos lately. I just need to get it done, get it dusted, and then I need to start thinking about getting the fire on, because I'm getting hungry now like. I've never had anything to eat since about 7 o'clock this morning. So I'll catch you in a bit. Right, hi everybody. Here's me mucker, Rooney. He snapped a few twigs and he's knackered. So, and anyway,
Snapped a few twigs. Have you seen the amount that I've had to cut? This is just so Jimmy can make his food, because he's got that much. Have a look, turn round.
oh, 2 seconds, I'll show
Turn
you.
round,
Right.
I've just did all that.
I collected all them off the tree I chopped down,
Oh,
and
yeah,
Rooney's sat there on his fat ass, snapping them all up, while I cut loads of wood and chopped loads of wood over here. Look, all right, and then some more there, and then a couple of bits in there. Right, so we're having a little slagging match with each other, you know, because I do all the graft. I'm going to turn my head torch off. I do all the graft. He sits there and watches. All right, nah. It's got to be done. It's got to be done in any way. I had to do it because I didn't know whether he was definitely coming or not.
Dirt off his neck.
Look here. Listen to him. Sits there playing on his phone, having a cam when I'm grafting. And anyway, let's stop bitching with each other and get the fire going. It's 8 o'clock at night. I've went and bought a new ferro rod. Ant from Survive the Night sent us a link, so thanks, Ant. If it doesn't work, I want 13 quid off you.
Like we said in the last video, right?
Oh.
Bushman doing his craft always blames his tools. If you remember that little video.
It's Halloween soon, everyone.
Take me much time.
Oh, here we go, look here. Oh. You know what I mean? I'm trying to record and he's got his phone gone. Right, I'll catch you in a bit because he needs to talk to somebody. Me, but you didn't need to see my ugly mug in any way. Rooney's just sat there on his phone and I'm going to get the fire started. Alright, he's sorting something out for his bends and anyway. So that's who it was on the phone. But anyway, we're just going to go nice, easy with these little fire starters. Alright, one of them. I've brought out my Bushman's knife that Chris, the Northumbrian made is. I've never had this out for ages like. And this is my new ferro rod. Obviously I've put some glow-in-the-dark green cordage on. I've went and bought a big roll of this because I wanted to make a couple of things with it. But let's just have a look. Obviously it needs to I need to get the black stuff off. I should have done this first like. But as you can see, it's hiding out loads of nice sparks. Got all that stuff there, and I've got some bits and pieces here as well. It's definitely hiding out some nice sparks. There you go. So I didn't need the second one. I'm just going to get some of these amazing sticks that Rooney's went and snapped up for us. Because, you know, he's the main man, like, you know, when it comes to wood prep and fire prep.
It's all in the action, right?
It
Whereas
is.
you have to do a lot of communication, talking about your field achievements. I'm a man of little words, but
Aye,
main
I know.
achievement.
Have you heard that? Nowadays though, it's like somebody said on a comment on my last video, I'm glad that you left the ferrocerium rod failure that you've done. Or not failure, but that you struggled to get it done. That is the way this channel is. What you see is what you get, like. And as you can see, the flames are dying already. Are they going to be going? Is it going? Do I need to put this other one in? I think I'm going to in anyway, just in case, like, because Rooney hasn't snapped the twigs properly. They are a bit damp, them, like, aren't they?
Aye. They need to dry out.
Aye. I think I'll put some of me nicer bits of wood on the top, like. Let's get a bonfire. It's getting a bit chilly, like. It's a windy day today. Had a few branches dropping off the trees, like. Anyway, cushion the lads. Watch the video. You need to look a bit further away from where you were, like, because that area is totally demolished, like. But anyway, good luck finding another place to camp. And hire a bit more of them twigs on. So there we go, that's the fire going. Nice big fire steel there for a rod. So I'm going to make, with this kind of material, I'm going to make like an extension for it, like a, I can't remember what it's called, but anyway, those are like nice little knots. Look, that's all he's done since he's been here, you know.
Hey, this is the end of the world when kids haven't got access to internet.
I know.
So I'm trying to do this.
I think the smoke's heading into your shelter again, isn't it?
It is, yes.
So tomorrow, what I'll be doing is, I'll be concentrating on building up that wall out there bigger. I need to stop waving this knife. Has anybody seen this knife? It is absolutely amazing. It's a lush knife, this. Northumbrian he's called, our pal Chris. And this is called the Woodsman. Love it. Right, I'm going to get this fire going properly because I'm getting starving now. I've had no eat since about 7 o'clock this morning, so my belly feels like my throat's being cut. And I'm going to enjoy making some tea tonight. What you brought, Rooney?
Me? Noodle.
Noodle.
Just a noodle.
How you?
Yeah.
Well, you want some of mine, you can have some of mine, mate. I'm sure there'll be more than enough to feed a small village. Right then, so anyway, let's, oh, hey, there's a few muzzies flying around here, like Rooney. Right, so as tradition goes, I've drank half a cup, like, but I've got a Jack Daniels on the go. I haven't got any cans of lager, whereas the day. So I just like to say cheers, everybody, and thanks for watching. If you've watched this far so far, thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Cheers, everyone. Cheers, Rooney.
Cheers, big ears.
So here goes Big Nose.
On your toes, floppy yours.
Yours, your stinky nose. Is that it? I don't know. Right, talking shade. See you later. Oh, looky. As soon as I put the camera on, Rooney gets up and starts pretending to cook.
So basically what I've had to do is get my spatula here, and I've had to slap Jimmy's hands 5 times because he's inefficiently boiling things to death and frying them with an inch of their life. Well, so he's going to get the spatula slap, right? If you would like us to slap with a spatula, just put it in the comments, please, because I'll gladly do it. But no, me and Jimmy are having a conversational cooking explorateur.
Yeah.
Just still our tour on how to cook.
Don't forget.
How to cook.
Don't
it's how to make the same meal in various ways
Aye.
with a minimum
So,
tools.
anyway, don't forget, I know hard things are hard, but if you would like to buy a Rooney Estella, there's a link in the description. It's a buy me a coffee, but there'll always be alcohol. Anyway, right, so what I've done is I've brought some veg and some sausages and some mashed potato and some Yorkshire puddings, and that's what I'm going to be having for my tea tonight. But I think I'll share it with Rooney. Like, I'll give half to Rooney, like, because he's a greedy bastard, you know. Sorry for swearing there. I didn't mean to.
Eat the same amount of food for a small village.
Yeah.
Are you going to start eating young kids' legs on the way to school tomorrow morning while you're walking your dogs? Right?
I'll not be walking my dogs in the morning.
I can't be responsible for while you're walking dogs and eating young children's legs because you said Rooney didn't feed us in the forest.
Wait, you never I brought this food.
Anyway, just remember,
right.
if you want us to slap him.
I think he's getting a bit obsessed with that, isn't he?
Anyway, yes.
Right, so anyway, back to the thing. Rooney turned me sausages for us because I would have burnt them.
Which one?
Anyone?
Anyone?
Aye, right.
We'll get a nice golden
so what I was thinking was, if I fry them off so they're nice and brown on the outside, then I might slice and dice them up or put them in whole, and then I might put them in there.
Yes.
Is that right, Rooney?
That could be another.
So I've got inside here. I've got some broccoli, some cauliflower, some cabbage, and some carrots. I forgot to bring the onions.
Yes.
Because that would have made it better. And what I've done here is I've hired a small sachet of salt in there as well as a bit of seasoning. See, I'm learning. You see, I'm learning. And then
we're going to hire a small OXO cube in here just to give that water a little bit of spice of life.
Have you brought an OXO cube, like?
Yes.
Have you?
Never leave the house without an OXO cube. It bungs holes, it bungs food.
And it makes a nice hot drink if you've got nothing else.
Exactly.
It does, because I use that in my survival.
Yes.
So if you haven't, I'll turn my torch off. If you haven't watched that video, I'll put a link up on this top of the screen now. I went out for 3 days, no food, no water, no container, small chest rig, and the clothes I was wearing.
And he still managed to live.
And I still managed to live. And all I done was add a little handful of nettles because I didn't catch any fish. I didn't catch any rabbits, and I was bloody starving. But I really enjoyed it.
But the best
Go and check it out.
It was the end of the video.
Yes, the end of the video was the best part because I got a full English breakfast and hot whistle. Right, hi everybody. Well, I've made me tea. It's a bit steamy, and it's a bit sloppy. But what I've done here is I've added some. I've left all the water in the veg. I put the sausages in just to get nice and soft after browning them off a bit. And then what I've done here is I've started adding some granules of, not testicles, you cracker. Some, I think Rooney's on a,
Ball bag essentials.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, some gravy granules mixed with some pepper, okay, and bits and pieces. So, and then it's sort of like gone a bit like the way it is, but anyway, let's have a look.
German's totally cracking.
That tastes really nice, that like. Yeah. I lost a Yorkshire pudding as well. I've been making Yorkshire puddings. Well, they're from the freezer, and I've heated them up. Yeah, they're just the way I like it. One of them's on the fire. It's getting browned off quite a lot. But I'm going to sit and tuck into this. Me and Rooney are going to listen to some more music. It's kind of late at night, like, to be quite honest. And I'm not going to record anymore. So I'll see you in the morning. I've got a lot of work to do tomorrow. So stick around. It'll be exciting. Well, I hope it will be. And I hope you enjoy watching. If you've enjoyed watching so far, please let us know in the comments and give us a thumbs up. Comments and thumbs up really help this channel. Alright, and it pushes me videos further and further out into the big wild world of YouTube. I've had one Jack Daniels too many, so I'm going to stop waffling now. I'm going to eat this food, finish off another pint of Jack Daniels and Coke, and chill out to some cracking music that Rooney's playing, if he's still awake by the time I finish talking.
I'm just living.
He's just living, he says. Anyway, we'll see you in the morning. Good night, everybody, and thanks for watching so far. Right, well, good morning, everybody. It's 10 to 9 in the morning. Me and Rooney had a dead late night last night. It was about, say, about 2:30 by the time we got started thinking about getting my head down to bed. I don't know what time Rooney went to bed, like, but he got a little bit hungry, and he had a couple of little tins of mackerel or whatever it was he was eating. And then he's decided to eat a little pasta type meal. It looks like you made a bit of a boo-boo and you must have spilled it. But anyway, yeah, it's bloody cold this morning. Last night I woke up about 3 times with cold feet and cold shoulders last night. So I think it might be time for the big bag to come out. Start bringing me AX, the 5 and 900 bag out. It's a lot bulkier, but I tell you what, it packs a punch. So yeah, so I've just put some water on there. I'm going to have me porridges and a cup of tea, and then get myself squared away, do some personal admin, get myself a quick wipe down, wash down things, brush my teeth. Now I'm going to pack my kit up, and today I'm going to concentrate on camming up the outside of the camp a bit more. There's a few more fallen trees a bit further away, so I'm going to take a few limbs off them, drag them down, and just continue doing the same as what I done on the last video for the heighten the hedges up. It's definitely a hell of a difference. We put me basher up at at the entrance at the back of me here last night, and that made a hell of a difference with the breeze coming through. So I need to concentrate on that area as well a lot of the day, just build them up. Right, so time to get the brew on the go, like. And I lost a bit of audio before because my main modular that sticks to the cameras just died a death, like. So use people that haven't watched my channel before, in the mornings I always like to have some Quaker's oats. It's the golden syrup one. I like to have a couple of these, even if me and Rooney are going to be cooking a full English breakfast, because we tend not to have the breakfast till about 11 o'clock in any rate. So I don't think we're having a cooked breakfast this morning, because I haven't brought any. I don't think Rooney has either. So I'm going to have a couple of packets of these in a cup with a nice cup of tea, and then like I said before, get myself sorted, get me personal admin done, get squared away, and then start getting the graft. So I'm not going to bore you, whereas making some breakfast is dead easy. Pour it in a cup, add some water, stir it, eat it. That's it. Alright, so I'll catch you in a bit. Right, I was just packing your stuff away and I forgot that I had something in my bag that I wanted to show you all. Now, there's a channel out there called Drunken Wanderlust. It's Kerry and Danny. They do lots of walks and trails all up and down the country. They've been abroad doing them as well. Their videos are fantastic, very entertaining, and very full of information on all the trails. They give so much detail out, it's unbelievable. And I think Kerry's actually got the gift of the gab when it comes to doing the presenting. Me personally, I think I would quite happily watch you on a television programme, on holiday programmes and things like that. I think you would be mint for it. But anyway, because I passed me 5,000 subs, Kerry contacted us and asked us, could she send us something? Now, Kerry started up a small business, all right, and she does loads of like medals like this, as you can see. It's got on there LUNDY'S BUSHCRAFT 5,000 subscribers, and yeah, and it's absolutely brilliant. So it's called Officially Smashed It. She does medals like this, and also on the back of it as well, it's got a magnet so you can put on your fridge. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I love it. It's very well made. It's actually made of wood. They try to use all natural materials on it. And then she sent us out this as well, a key ring. It's just got Lundy's Way Comes Through a Bushcraft on it, YouTube, and then on the back it's got me picture of me logo as well. So yeah, over the moon. Thank you very much, Kerry and Danny. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll put a link in the description below, okay, for our page and also for our channel. I guarantee you go and watch that channel. She's funny, she's entertaining, she gives you lots of information on anything about the trails. When she's walking around, she'll look at sites and she'll pinpoint it on a map and show you on the videos of where to camp and things like that. Brilliant, full of information, full of entertainment, and yeah, really good. But come with this as well. This is like a bit of paper that I send out. It tells you all about them planting new trees and everything. And it's got on here, hi Jimmy, well done again for hitting 5,000 subs. Great going, Kerry. All right, so thank you very much, Kerry. That's really appreciated. Don't forget, check the links below for Kerry's channel and also our page where she does these. You can get anything you want put on them. If you can send a design down to her, or just if you want to go climb a mountain, say like Mount Snowdon, and you think it's a great achievement and something you do with your kids and family and that, get some medals for them. It makes it's a great keepsake, all right, and it'll boost the kids up as well, giving them something like this. Or if you run like a scout thing, or you do things for kids and they do something, get them something like this. Absolutely amazing. Thank you very much, Kerry and Danny as well. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. I think I've said that about 5 times now, but it is. All right, and now I need to finish packing up. It's getting a bit late now. I've just been being dead quiet and plodding around and doing my own little thing because Rooney's still in bed, like, and it's 10:15 in the morning. We did have a late night. I'll take these glasses off because that's better. I had a very late night last night, like, I don't know how Rooney survived to stay up so late, me, like, because I hadn't kept all day from a night shift. But yeah, right, get sorted. I start getting some graft done, getting them hedges built outside. I'm going to take a couple of years off as well because I'm getting warm, and I'll bring you back. Once again, Kerry, thank you very much. Right, hi everybody. Me and Rooney have been busy. Obviously we've degunged wet areas and packed everything up, but we got carried away doing something like we're getting the camp all cammed up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you around the back end where we've been doing most of the work, and now we're working on the part where I built the hedges now. So what I've been doing is there's some fallen trees about 200 metres to the back of it, massive trees, and I've been delimbing them and bringing all these across, big bungles at a time, just dump them here, and then Rooney's been placing them all on. So basically this is the back of Rooney's shelter now, so we've still got a bit to do, like, but it's looking much better. You kind of hardly see the wall at all now, like, and from a distance it looks great. And then the big open corner with the 2 walls, that's it there now. It just looks like a big bush. Oh, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk back over and then we'll see what it looks like from a distance. That's why Rooney's doing the other part. So there you go. You come walk along and all you see is a big mass of fallen tree. Hopefully. that's what I see. So aye, as we walk down the bottom of the camp, looking at the camp area, and you see Rooney there. He's just putting some bits and pieces up against one of my side walls now, just to give it that extra bit of cam. And then we're going to work on this bit and that long wall there as well. So there you go then. So we're just starting to cam up this wall now, because we're running out of time, like, to be honest. It's 20 to 3. So I think another couple of more batches and then we'll be finishing off packing up and then heading off home like. Oh, it's so quiet and peaceful in here today, like you can hear a pin drop.
We've had a guest.
Well, we've had a guest, little Mr. or Mrs. Robin comes dead close to her now, like even when we're grafting and all, it just comes and sits next to you. It's unbelievable, like. I think I got some footage on video this morning. Yeah, excuse me, I'm getting a very dry mouth, so I feel like my lips are sticking to my teeth. But yeah, as you can see, Rooney's just setting them up against the wall. And if we can't get anything else done after this bit, then so be it. But we'll bring this back later on when we're all done and dusted and let you see what the final outcome is. Alright? So if you've got this far, so far in the video, happy days. Thank you very much.
Give it a thumbs up.
And give it a thumbs up, Rooney shouting. And yeah, thanks a lot everybody. But we've still got a little bit more videoing to do, so don't go anywhere yet. We'll see you in a bit. Right, well, hi everybody. Unfortunately, I didn't do any more videoing, we just cracked on. So now we're going to just get packed up and get away. So I'm going to end the video here. But before I do, let's have a quick look around and see what we've done. All right, so basically, there you go. So obviously you can see all the cabinet there, and then we've got the wall that we've built, and we've just built that right up. The tree where I was taking all the dead stuff off, I just lopped the top of the tree off, 2 trees, brought them over, me and Rooney hide them up on the top. So that's it, looking sweet now. So it's totally covering. I'm just going to step back a bit again. And there you go. There's my entrance into the camp. So you can't even hardly see my wall now. You still see a bit of the plastic off me window, but we'll sort that out. But yeah, I'm kind of happy with it. I'll take you inside the camp in a minute. Rooney's just sorting a few bits out inside of there. And here we go. Obviously all the green stuff will just die off over the next couple of weeks. But yeah, camp's looking a lot more hidden. And the other thing is as well, it'll give you a little bit of insulation in the winter as well. It's like an outer shell really, isn't it? So that's the bit where the 2 shelters join together. So you can't hardly see that at all now. Yeah, happy. So we've got this bit to do next. I need to build a wall in here first for Rooney, and then we'll cam all this corner up, and then look at hiding a bit more cam around this side as well where the net is. So, but yeah, really happy. So inside the shelter, obviously, excuse the mess. I've had to unpack some stuff to get tools and that out. So, but anyway, that's me finished, and I'm just going to say thank you very much everybody for watching. It's really appreciated, and everybody that's got all the way through the video, that's a big thumbs up for you. And yeah, it's been a cracking 24 hours and I've enjoyed myself, and we've got a bit of work done. So I'm not going to waffle too much more now. So thank you, and it's a goodbye from me. And is it a goodbye from him?
Well, before I go, I'd like to give you a little bit of advice. Obviously, like me and the eater get out quite often, and if you're having a few beverages at night, just make sure that you don't bring tinned mackerel with you in jerk sauce. Yes, it's very nice, but the problem being is when you've had a few beverages, you might have a little bit spillage off the juice off the tins. And obviously, like of now, I'm smelling like a lady from the night. And when I go home and the wife smells it, she'll be wondering, have I been camping or have I been with a lady from the night? Anyway, keep safe everybody, be kind to one another.
Man from the night.
A man from the night. Oh, that, I wouldn't know where he's been putting his fish. You've changed the, you're right
Sorry.
seedy, aren't you? You know what I mean? But anyway, everybody, take care. Thanks for the subscribers and hitting whatever he's hitting and the comments. But please keep on giving a thumbs up. It just takes a second. it does as well with the lady from the night. Just a second. But anyway, take care everybody. Bye.
Got a load of tone, haven't you? Bye everyone.
I'll lower the tone. Oh, man from the night. That was going quite sweet there.
I know, sorry mate.